This is a brief video tutorial on physical energy. So we'll go right in between the differences between the two. So a physical change, if anything is undergoing a physical change, no new substance is going to be formed, and after the change you can actually reverse it and go back to the original substance. So for example, we have this one here on the bottom, this gorgeous picture of this man chopping wood. Physical change because one piece is still the same piece of matter. It's still wood, and in fact you could do that, and there is no substance being formed, no new substance being formed. It's just the same substance being spewed. Now, chemistry is a little bit different. New substance is formed. An entirely new substance is formed. Also irreversible, meaning once you go through a chemical change, you actually can't substance. And one thing that'll kind of notify you if you're witnessing a chemical give off heat or light, which are both forms of energy, whereas physical changes will not give off heat and light. Chemical changes will. Same material, chopping wood would be a physical change because no new substance is being formed, whereas burning wood would be a chemical change. The reason is the wood is burning and it is giving off energy. It's giving off light, so it's giving off both things that show us it's giving off energy. It's also producing a new substance. The new substance in this situation would be the ashes. You cannot take the ashes and put them back together and form the wood. So that is a chemical change because it's irreversible and a new substance is being. Now, characteristics of physical and chemical changes, try to identify which of these lists is an example of physical changes and which of these lists is an example of chemical changes. So take a minute, look at those. Hopefully you took a guess. This one, we have melting, freezing, boiling, and dissolving. Well, melting, I think of ice, like this poor polar bear here on his of ice. You could refreeze it and have the ice again, right? So that's reversible, and no new substance is being formed. It's just changing from frozen water to liquid water. Freezing, liquid water to frozen. And then boiling and dissolving, also both reversible forms of changes. So this one is going to be examples of physical changes. The bottom, iron rusting, decay, forming and combine liquids and they form a solid. Chemicals combining and wood burning. The wood burning, probably the previous page. But these are each examples of chemical change. People often ask about rust, like iron rusting. Can't you go back? Isn't there material you can go back? Well, if we look at poor Mater here, if you've ever seen the movie Cars, you'll know that Mater is a poor, rusted truck. And he ends up meeting light fixes for rusties, which claim rust and make rusty cars look new again. What that does is it essentially just covers up the rust. It doesn't actually eliminate the rust and reform the original material. The rust is actually still there, so typically those are new substance, and it is irreversible. You cannot actually fully get rid of the rust. And like anything decaying, you can't go back and you can't reform liquids after you formed a precipitate. A lot of chemicals you cannot separate once they've been chemically combined. We just talked about forms of the ashes. So that is some different examples there for you. So good luck and farewell.